Height and estrogen interconnection. The hidden hormonal switch. Most people think height is controlled by genetics and growth hormone. That's incomplete. The real biological switch that determines when you stop growing is estrogen. In both males and females, your height is not just about how much you grow, but how long your body allows growth to continue. Today in this video, we'll break down how height actually grows, the hidden role of estrogen in both boosting and stopping it, the hormonal pathways behind it, what increases estrogen too early, the truth about soy and phytoestrogens, and finally, how to optimize everything naturally for maximum growth potential. Let's start. Height increases through structures called epiphyseal growth plates, located at the ends of long bones. These plates contain chondrocyte, specialized cartilage cells that multiply, expand, and are gradually replaced by bone. This entire process is known as endochondral ossification. As long as this cycle continues, bones lengthen. But once these plates fuse and turn into solid bone, growth becomes biologically impossible. Estrogen's dual role, growth versus stop signal. Estrogen works in two completely opposite ways. At low to moderate levels, it increases growth hormone release, boosts IGF-1 production, and stimulates chondrocyte activity. This results in faster bone growth and the pubertal growth spurt. But at high or prolonged levels, estrogen activates estrogen receptor alpha, triggers epiphyseal senescence, reduces chondrocyte activity, and causes growth plate fusion. This leads to the permanent end of height growth. So estrogen is both the accelerator and the final brake. Why estrogen matters, even in males. A common myth is that testosterone controls when height stops. That's not true. In males, testosterone is converted into estrogen by an enzyme called aromatase. That estrogen is what signals the growth plates to fuse. In rare cases where aromatase is absent, individuals continue growing abnormally tall into adulthood. This clearly proves that estrogen, not testosterone, is the final regulator of height. Where estrogen comes from. Estrogen is produced from multiple sources in the body. It comes from the gonads, meaning the ovaries in females and the testes in males. It is also produced in adipose tissue, where fat converts testosterone into estrogen. The liver plays a key role in breaking down and clearing estrogen from the body. A very important point is that more body fat leads to more estrogen production because fat tissue increases. Aromatase activity. Factors that increase estrogen too early. Certain lifestyle and environmental factors can increase estrogen too early and reduce your growth window. Excess body fat is one of the strongest drivers. Poor diet and processed foods can accelerate hormonal imbalance. Lack of physical activity contributes to metabolic disruption. Endocrine disruptors such as BPA, plastics, and chemicals can mimic estrogen in the body. Sleep deprivation also plays a role by disturbing growth hormone release and hormonal timing. All of these factors can lead to early puberty, faster growth plate fusion, and reduced final height potential. The truth of soy and phytoestrogens. Soy is often discussed because it contains phytoestrogens, which are plant compounds like genistein and daidzein. These compounds can bind to estrogen receptors, but their strength is much weaker than human estrogen. They bind especially weakly to the receptor, responsible for growth plate fusion, and often act as selective modulators, rather than full estrogen. There are some concerns that very high intake or concentrated supplements may have mild hormonal effects, especially in sensitive individuals during puberty. However, most scientific evidence shows that moderate consumption of whole soy foods is generally safe and does not significantly affect hormone levels or height. The key is balance, not extremes. Pros and cons of estrogen and height. Estrogen has both benefits and drawbacks in height development. It is essential for activating growth hormone, supporting bone development, and driving the pubertal growth spurt. Without it, normal growth cannot occur. But at the same time, higher or prolonged levels accelerate growth plate closure and shorten the total growth period. The same hormone that helps you grow also determines when you stop. How to optimize naturally. You cannot eliminate estrogen, but you can optimize its balance. Maintaining a healthy body fat level helps control excess estrogen production. Prioritizing deep sleep is critical because growth hormone is primarily released during slow-wave sleep. Strength training and sprinting support hormonal efficiency and metabolic health. Proper nutrition, including adequate protein, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, vitamin K2, menaquinone 7 form, and calcium, supports the growth hormone and IGF-1 pathway. Reducing exposure to plastics and chemical disruptors lowers unnecessary estrogen-like effects on the body. Extreme hormone manipulation should always be avoided. Final truth: estrogen is not your enemy. It is your biological timer, and your final height depends on how long that timer runs before it shuts growth down forever. Now I want to hear from you. Which topic should I go deeper into next? Drop it in the comments, and I'll make a detailed video on it. See you in the next video.